We're live, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and
We
gentlemen,
live?
hold on. Yes, indeed. We in there like swimwear. You heard me. It's 8 o'clock.
Good
We in there.
morning.
Let me pin that.
Good
Pin that. What you call
morning.
it? Link. Pin the message. Praise Do is in the building. Ali is in the building. As y'all coming, you know what to do. Hit that thing. That thumbs up. Boop, boop. And if you don't have your notifications right, hit that bell. Bing. Y'all come on over. True Gamer, come on over. Anywho, what you know, new Queen Bree Bree. Who is that on
What?
these internet streets? It's me, Big Phil Speaks, and we got Be Love in the building. It's the Good Morning Gang. Feel Good Fridays. Hey, baby. How
Good,
y'all doing
good
today?
morning.
Be Love. What's good with you?
What's up? What's up? What's up? Good morning, gang.
Good
What you
morning.
talking about today?
Tracy T in the place to be. What's up,
Tracy
her?
T. What is
Queen
up?
Bree Bree said, and that's a fact. That part. Fact. The Mundo. Y'all come on over. Leslie Sticker says she's going to YouTube. That part. Shakira Payne, come on over to that YouTube. Good morning, Truth Gamer. Good morning, gang. GMG. Good morning, gang. The whole mob. You hear me?
Good
Good morning,
morning,
Sky
Sky
Blue.
Blue.
Angel Vidal. Good morning, gang. We got a wonderful lineup, wonderful day set up for y'all. Feel Good Fridays, where we talk about the week wrap up of things that we've seen along the week. We also highlight entrepreneurs, businessmen, people with businesses and services of our communities
Yes.
that get a little spotlight, a little shine, a little time to let you know about their goods and grind. You feel me? So that
Morning,
we as
MMB.
a community can be supportive. MMB in the place to be. Where you at? Oh, there she go. Good morning, gang. Hey, Cedric McCollum.
Good
I
morning,
see you, Luscious
gang.
Sticker. I see you,
Good
Luscious
morning,
Sticker.
Cedric.
Get over here. 757 by Nasia.
Good
Kitty.
morning. Good
We over
morning.
on YouTube. Miss Piggy Lace, she walked in. She walked in. How y'all feeling? How was your week? Was it productive? Was
Good
it positive?
morning.
Sugary? Was it a mixture? Are you thanking God that it's Friday? Because that it is. And you
Yes. Yes.
inhaling, exhaling today.
For sure.
Inhaling, exhaling today. Be love. Oh, Queen Bree Bree. Thank you. Queen Bree Bree started the game off the early. I appreciate that. Love is love.
Yeah,
From Big
thank you,
Phil
Queen
Speaks
Bree
and Be
Bree.
Love. That's okay. The luscious thickums, because God is with you, you and your family. And again, my condolences to your grandma and my sincerest prayers and things. And I know it's a rough time, a rough patch, but we here at Good Morning Gang are with
Yeah.
you in spirit, and hopefully we lighten your load a little bit for the day. Hopefully we brighten your spirits just a little bit. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up as you come through the door.
Yes.
Oh Lord, Luscious Stickums,
For
Lord, thank you,
sure.
Luscious Stickums. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Make sure y'all hitting that thumbs up. You're not gonna miss nothing in the chat by doing that. It's 29 people so far in the building. Only 11 thumbs up. We got to hit more than that. Come on, bring it up. Bring it up. Angel Vidal. She
We
came
need the
through.
likes.
Angel Vidal came through. I appreciate that. Oh, off the early, y'all doing it up for the Good Morning Gang. Hey, Miss Katrina, come on
Thank
over
you,
to the YouTube
Angel.
Friday. Lenny Live, so
It's
we up
Feel Good Friday, y'all.
that part. Y'all come on over to the YouTube. It's pinned right there. Right there. Because this is going to end soon. I appreciate y'all. Uh-oh. Dez is in the building. Super. He's in the building. I got to have y'all camera one day. You and wifey Dez, so we can. I just want to chop it up and find out, especially talk to her and find out how it is to be married to Super Dez. You hear me? What's going on, partner in crime? How you feeling this morning? You all smiles and things. I see you. You like, Did you have a wonderful evening?
Friday.
Shout out to Dennis.
People
Uh-oh.
these big blessings, and I'm like, I woke up this morning.
That part.
So
You sticking a little bit.
Sometimes that's the blessing.
That part. Thank you, Keisha Scott. Thank you, Keisha Scott for the super sticker. Come on over. We live. It's the Good Morning Gang show. Come on over. Come on over. She going to say wonderful. I bet she will, Dez. I bet she will. Say it's wonderful. Say what, luscious stickers? What is you talking?
Give me 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay. I'm back. My bad.
Good to go?
So,
all right.
Yeah, man. Sorry about that. Yeah, I think people take for granted that we just wake up in the morning. You know what I mean? And I'm just so grateful to be here. I'm grateful to be here with you. I'm grateful for these beautiful people in the chat. And I'm just okay. And that's it. It's Feel Good Friday. I feel great. How are you today, co-host?
I am wonderful. It's a new day, a new day, a new day. Yeah. It's a new day. And I'm feeling wonderful.
Yes.
Because I feel like I just got off here a couple hours ago, maybe because I did. But I'm still up and refreshed. You'd have thought I had a big pot of coffee or something. Come on. Keisha, okay.
Did you have a big pot of coffee?
No, I'm just naturally, you know what I'm saying, bubbly in the morning. A bubbly brown sugar.
See, you get to see the bubbly, Phil. 757. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you for the
y'all
super
get to
chat.
see. Y'all get to see the bubbly Phil. I get to see the snot eye.
No,
I just got good morning.
You never caught me with no snot in my eyes. Not in my eyes.
That's who I get to talk to in the morning. I'm like, we don't have to FaceTime. Like,
he's
still got a frog in his throat.
She ain't never. No, she done heard the grog and she done heard the Barry White, but she ain't seen no eye boogers or no drool stains or nothing. She ain't seen none of that.
I'll be hearing the frog. He be like, I got ribbit.
Come on over to YouTube. She tried. She tried and then she talking about some damn red ad. Y'all get them likes up if you would. It's 30 up in here so far and only 19 likes. Get them up a little something. It don't cost you nothing to hit that thumbs up.
No. Make sure you liking make sure you sharing the show too, guys. Share it with somebody. It's Feel Good Friday. We got the entrepreneur shout outs coming up. My boy Amir A. Rock Silly is gonna be coming on, y'all. He's gonna be talking about his business. And if you have a business that you want us to shout out or you want to come on and talk about, hit us up in the DMs. We right here for y'all. This is what we do every Friday. We talk that ish. We promote businesses. We making sure y'all are good. Come on.
She looking better than me, but it's all right.
Frog in his throat.
Pause. That'll pause is that. Don't know about no frogs and no throats. I don't know what type of game you want to do. Be love. What's she talking, y'all?
Listen, I can only talk with a no.
No, you ain't never seen me with
You don't
nothing
want to
paused in
share.
my throat.
Why you don't want to
Definitely.
share, MMB? That's okay.
Damn. Shout out to the
It's
mods that are in the building. Sky Blue, MMB is in the building thus far. Shout out to you guys. You all help to run the ship and help to keep the bullshittery out of the way. And we love you
good.
for it.
Right.
Y'all come on true. Y'all come on true. Lord have
Those.
mercy. Say that
Hey,
again.
Miss Pink, welcome. They shooting
Uh-oh.
bullets out the gate. That's so funny when bullets is being shot by your own team. Hysterical. It's bulletproof. Des BX. I'm in Queen. I'm in Queens right now. I'm a
The
Queens
sound is still
girl.
here.
I'm in
Bree
Queens, New
Bree.
York.
Hey, Trina Pink. Hey, how you doing? Said good morning, y'all. Did my support message come through just now? Did you see a support message somewhere? Where did
No,
you
I
send
did.
it? Trina? Christy Curtis is in the building. Hey.
Miss Trina's in the
Simone.
building.
Ladies and gentlemen, for those that have been here and have seen what this show has started out to be, it's only up from here. We're growing and we're going to expand and do a lot of good things. Make sure you share the YouTube with 1 to 3 friends. And if you really feel frisky, up to 7 friends. I got something about the number 7. Share the
Yes.
live with up to 7 of your good friends, homies, homegirls, co-workers, family members. We want more people in here. The more the merrier. We want good people here, positive vibes only. We don't want the bullshittery. We just want good times. And the day happens to be what? Feel Good Friday. So when else? On the Good Morning
Let's
game.
go. Thank you, Miss
Oh,
Pink. Happy 15th birthday to my baby Jada. Happy birthday, Jada.
Trina Pink, happy birthday
Coming through.
to ye. Jada baby. 15 today. I'm making noise. You feel me? But it's
Yes.
tapping in. Hey, Cassie, if you can come on over to YouTube.
Good Ryder. Good morning.
Hey, Mrs.
We're gonna get the
Ryder.
show started soon.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Please get the
Come
likes up,
on.
ladies and gentlemen. It's 38 in here, 21 likes. Y'all can do a little better than that. Y'all can at least get it to a dirty 30 for what's in the room. Happy birthday to baby girl, though. That's what's up. Listen, ain't nothing like it. Ain't nothing like it. Y'all got something
Yeah.
special planned, Trina, for the birthday? She ain't a youngin'.
Yeah,
There's
what
so
are you
much.
guys doing?
She looking for their gifts of money or something.
What are we gifting kids these days? I think that's so funny. Like, are we still even doing presents, or is it just like a Cash App now? Because it seems like Cash
Money,
App
money,
is the
money,
only
money.
gift to give.
Money. Hey, take that, get on out my way.
I'm not mad at it.
Money. Girl,
I'm
listen,
not
real
mad
good.
at
Come on
it.
over to YouTube. The channel right there.
Come on over. Come on over.
That part.
Yes.
Da-da-da. Okay, we have 42 and rising, but only 22 likes. Get it to at least 30, y'all. Come on, work with me. I know y'all sitting there. It's early. You wiping the eye boogies out. You know what I'm saying? Make sure no leftover snot or drool stains. Be love. She left one on the left side. I see it right there. I see it
He's
right
trying to get back
there.
at me. No, you're just trying to get back at me.
Yeah. You want to talk about frogs and things? What you was doing overnight is all right there.
Nothing that exciting.
Damn it. Look, I don't want no problem, though.
Okay, don't start, no won't be done, just so
You
you
hear me?
know.
Hey, come on over to the YouTube. Grand
Start, none
Rising.
won't be none. So, Phil, while we wait for people to come into the room, man, what are you doing this weekend? What's going on?
Man, listen, other than feel the love tonight, feel the love Fridays tonight, same bad time, same bad channel on here. Listen, dealing with my childrens, dealing with my kin folks, and also, trying to make a dollar out of 10 cent, not even 15. I ain't got the dime or nickel, but I'm gonna try to make that dime do what it do. But other than that, I'm
Listen,
feeling it's gonna be a laid back weekend. I don't know what the weather gonna look like because day before yesterday, it was disrespectful. The wind was like, didn't I tell you to get in the house?
it's
So
still
to be all
winter.
Man, so I don't know. I got to check the weather and see what it's like. See what it's like before I decide.
Okay. Okay.
What's up? What are you
Um,
doing this weekend?
I'm having birthday dinner with my aunt. For those of you who are Pisces, shout out to my Pisces family. It is Pisces season, y'all.
Shout out
And
to Pisces.
yes, because I am one. So I'm having dinner with my aunt tonight, and then tomorrow I'm gonna go visit a friend who was recently injured in a car accident. Pretty
Oh,
bad. And I just want to go, show her some support and some love. I keep saying we take it for granted that we wake up every morning when you just really never know.
what tomorrow?
So
Night? Yeah.
yeah, you have to be so grateful. So I'm doing that. I'm being grateful. I'm showing love and just recouping from the week. I mean, it's been an early morning every single day, long days. And so I just need that Sunday off to just do me, nothing at all. So but it's curious because as I always get our stories together for the show, right? It kind of brings into mind like how we have things going on around us. I don't know how many of you have kids who are going to it's spring break now. A lot of kids for spring break travel somewhere. Are your kids travel for spring break? Like have your kids hit you with the Cancun trip or the trip
Who?
to South Beach, Miami?
Who?
You
Who?
you got Cancun ready kids?
Who? I got maybe one or two think they might be ready, but they budget ain't ready.
Right.
I'm not facilitating no bullshiggery like that. They go,
Listen, the
man,
budget's always ready when the parents are on deck. I don't know what it is with these
you
kids. They be
can.
making plans with your money. Like, I'm going to Cancun in 2 weeks.
They may go to the Home Depot, get a bag of sand, put it on the floor in the bathroom, and jump in that tub, and have a Cancun day. Cause that's about as close as they gonna get. Turn on a YouTube video, put it on loop, and let it run.
More
You
like a Cancun hour.
uh, Cancun minute in a Cancun minute. You hear me? Huh.
No, it's so funny. The reason that I asked, I've never been a big proponent of my kids going away anywhere without me. Not those kind of trips, like not to any kind of exotic place, and then not even exotic, but just one of those kind of places where it's a little, so I usually roll with them, but they also at an age where they could do what they want, so I really don't have any say so. But a couple of weeks ago, 4 people got kidnapped just going into Mexico to go get a tummy tuck or some cosmetic work. They calling them the tummy tuck 4.
Or something else.
Oh, really? I didn't think about it because it was 2 men and two
Three men.
women.
No, it's
Three
three
men
men.
and one woman. Oh, they might have been going to get parts, chop parts. Oh,
No, that cocaine, that good.
oh,
Cause
look how dense I am. I'm like, I'm so
you
not
from the
even.
city. Stop acting like you don't know what you know.
No, I
Listen,
don't. I don't know. I'm a little green when it comes to that kind of stuff. Seriously, um,
if y'all believe that, y'all believe the sky is
I really
yellow.
am. I thought they were going to go get body parts. I didn't know they was like. I really thought it was a tummy tuck thing. I did not even think about the cocaine. But
She very well could have been, but mm, make it
I
make
just found
sense.
it
Why
odd
you
that it was 3 men.
three dudes with it? Like what you need an armed guard patrol to go get your stomach sucked out and snatched in and breast lifted or whatever the butt plumped up. What do you need 3 men? What do you need them to hold each side of you when you come out of the surgery?
Yes, for the record, if anybody has ever had a BBL, you need
Three
all
of
the
them, no.
support you can get.
Wow, that sounds like a video waiting to happen.
Right. Listen, men are getting tummy tucks and all kind of body work done too. They get boob jobs. They get their boobs taken down. They get their
Boobs.
yes, men have man boobs. They get them removed. Men get all kind of work done. So I wasn't surprised. It's just funny to me. I know it's expensive here, but it's almost like you get what you pay for. Like, I'm not going to a whole nother country just to get something done. I'm just saying, that's just me. But the reason that I'm bringing it up is for those of you who are traveling, or for those of you who have kids traveling. The United States just issued a travel warning alert on Wednesday for Americans planning to spend spring break in Mexico. The alert warns travelers to exercise increased caution, especially after dark at Caribbean beach resorts like Cancun, Playa del Carmen, and Tulum, which have been plagued by gang violence in the past. The funny part about that is people always tell me, um, as long as you stay on the resort, you'll be okay. And we all know that all the shenanigans is not on the resort. The shenanigans, the good food, the real authentic food, the real authenticity of these places are in the cities. We
How you
both
know,
we
B?
both know.
How you
I'm just
know?
saying, if you go to New York City, right, and you staying in Queens, there's nothing going on in Queens. You want to go into New York City. You want to go into the city where the action is happening.
I want to know how you know about Cancun and where the
I
action
don't
is
know
at.
about Cancun. I have never been. I have been afraid to lose a kidney as long
Uh,
as I can remember. I want to come back with all my body
Not
parts.
lose a kidney. Like, ow.
All my body parts. I'm gonna need them all. And I'm not even trying to be like disrespectful. But at the end of the day, I'm just like, I need to come back with all of it. So I'm saying all that to say is that, if anyone is traveling or if your kids are traveling, just please make sure you have a check-in buddy system. Right now, the whole drug situation, they're lacing it, they're doing synthetic drugs out there. They're giving them away for free so that they can go ahead and get you addicted, rob you. It's just a really scary situation. So if you're traveling or you have kids traveling or friends traveling, put some kind of buddy system in place, guys, so you could check on your folks and make sure. Right, Sky Blue. I don't trust anything either. Just be on your P's and Q's. That's all the messages behind that, because people take for granted that I'm going to these places and I'm safe.
I
And I don't
still,
know.
I still want to know what Mexican city you went to that you knew that the going zones was outside of the resort. Though I think you
This
holding back.
It's a known fact that everything that's good is going on, not on the resort. So I have never been to a Mexican city. I've been to Puerto Rico many times, and while all of the tourist places are nice, it's usually the quiet hole in the wall spots where the food is amazing. They got the dancing going on. It's like their way of life, but it doesn't look all fancy. It doesn't look like the resort. You know what I mean? You got to be able
Yeah,
to
yeah.
get around and get in where you fit in. So the whole moral of the story is just really, really be cautious and be safe and enjoy your spring break. So, um, he said, there's definitely, Harry, what you know about Queens and the action going on in Queens, Harry? What you know? What you know? What you talking about? What is happening? Yeah, and they say the people are not always friendly outside of the resort. Yeah, they're not, because people always roll up into your city, you know what I'm saying? And it's just very different. So I don't know about y'all, but as a New Yorker, I used to get completely frustrated walking to work. And we all be on our New York grind or Metro City grind when you head into the office and they up there like the tourists are looking around at the sky. I'm like, move, move. You should be touristing from 12 to 4. I'm gonna need this gaze to just. So yeah, it's very interesting and different. But be safe. Be safe out there. Make sure you're taking care of your folks. So that's one thing that I wanted to just mention tonight today. A couple of other things that's coming up or that I wanted to kind of talk about is California. And I want to hear what y'all have to say about this. California is really pushing hard to pay their people, to pay Black descendants of slaves $5 million in reparations.
5 million apiece.
5 million apiece. If you're able to
What?
prove that you are a descendant of a slave. Now, mind you, slavery, there wasn't slavery before the Civil War in California. So California wasn't like the place that started it all. You know what I'm saying? They actually came into it after the gold rush. But they are basically trying to come up with a plan to pay their people $5 million a person. The numbers are jumping around because the fact of the matter is that's almost $650 billion in terms of a payout from California to their people. We've been talking about reparations for years. How it can happen, I think, is the big question. Will it ever happen? I don't know. It's for me, I feel like the South should really be more responsible for reparations because that's really where it was housed and kind of homegrown out of, although it's been throughout the entire US. But what do y'all think about that? Because who's paying the bill on 5 million? See, y'all, everybody thinks that the government money,
Yeah,
our government money is our money. It is our money, government money. And after we did this whole PPP loan, after we did this whole couple of years ago where they were giving away money,
come on over to YouTube.
what did we do with it? I just want to know, are people even really prepared for $5 million in reparations? What are your thoughts?
I don't see that happening. California is one of the heavily populated states in the country. That's a lot of fettuccine. That's a lot of guwap. That's a lot of dinero. 5 mil though. That I mean, that would be dope if they did that. With 5 mil times how many people? Make
It
that make
is,
sense. I don't know.
well, I think to your point, $5 million is a lot of money. Especially if, are you educated or even ready to accept a $5 million check tomorrow? I think that's the question. Are people even ready for that kind of wealth? But there's other things too. There's things where they're like, okay, so what they're proposing is you a minimum wage or a minimum salary for these same people. So if you have proven that you're a descendant of a slave, you moving forward, once you're okay, you've proven it, you get your $5 million check. You get to buy a house for $1. You get a minimum of a $97,000 a year salary. So for the rest of your life, your salary starts at $97,000. I mean, I'm just saying to myself, it's like I can understand and appreciate what they're trying to do, but at the same time, are you ready? So you just some random McDonald's worker. You like, okay, my great grandparents are slave descendants of slaves. I'm like, here we go. I prove it out. Now I got $5 million. I'm making 100K a year. I could buy a house for $1. You know what I'm saying? Are you ready for that kind of responsibility?
I ain't got to flip no burgers no more. 90 some thousand. Listen, make a D's, make a D's.
Right.
I'll holler.
That's true, Trina. I
I'm,
think they start now high from the gate. So whatever you wind up getting, I think it'll ultimately be like, okay, whether it's 300,000. Trina said they starting high from the gate so they could say no, and then just kind of come back into it. I guess that pushes the question though: are you going to start doing that in every state? And what is the process to prove that you're a descendant? Do you have to do DNA? How do you even
mm.
begin this process is the question for me.
Some people have
Right.
um how can I say proof,
Mm-hmm.
birth certificate proof, or some kind of document proof that they are, a direct descendant of a slave or whatever. However, other people definitely would have to do DNA or would have to do something different. Have to find the archive. Somebody posted, it was on Instagram. It was a site that you can go to, and I saved it. I might have to find it. I saved it a few days ago that you're supposed to be able to go through there. If you know one of your grandparents, great grandparents, or great great grandparents' name, you're supposed to be able to type that in, and it sends you to a registry or something that they cataloged way back in the days, and I guess they digitized it, where you can see certain information about one of your forefathers or foremothers, that could have been slaves, or whatever the case may be. So you're right though. How would they really determine who is who and what is what?
Yeah, there's so many people here. They don't even know they don't even know who their daddy is. Like, no offense, I don't even know who my daddy is, and now I gotta go running around to prove. I'm just listen. I'm just saying, it's just a whole process from that
Keep talking,
perspective.
partner. I'll be right back.
And Keisha, you right. Lottery winners are not even prepared. And then that's another point, Tracy. Now, so people are not going to be doing the jobs that they were doing. I think there's a struggle right now from COVID when they shut down all of these places. Now we don't have people to serve. The people who are serving don't want to do the job. They feel like they're not getting paid enough, which maybe they're not. But my whole thing is where's the preparation for this kind of thought process? Where's the preparation for here's $5 million, here's a house, here's money that's going to be coming in? Because if you've never had that kind of education, what do you do with it? And it's almost like they set you up to fail. From my perspective, y'all can please have any questions about for IG. It would be really appreciated. So, I'll ask you guys, what would you do if you had $5 million dropped on you tomorrow? RW said that he would open a burger chain. Who's gonna work in the burger chain? Everybody got $5 million.
Not a burger. Not a Burger King. Not a
I'm
burger.
Listen, everybody likes a good burger. I'm not mad at the burger chain. I'm just wondering who's going to be working at the
At the
burger
Burger
chain.
King.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody got money now.
Ninety-seven
You would
thousand.
have to be.
Man, listen. That's man. If that's something realistic and they actually doing it and can fund that, have at it. They definitely should. There's a lot of other states that should be spearheading that, where slavery was a lot more concentrated. Um, California's a little bit
Like
more
the South.
progressive with some things,
Hmm.
um, but if they could
Slaves
pull that
were
off,
running from the South to go to California. That's what I find interesting. California was not a slave state. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't encouraged. It wasn't a place that was using it. Like I said, yeah, they brought in a certain amount of slaves for the gold rush, but it wasn't like it started there. The South is really where it started. Where it stand up, North Carolina, South Carolina, you know what I'm saying? All of the
Alabama,
Tennessee,
Mississippi, Missouri,
Alabama, all these places where they really were. That was the home of slavery.
Georgia.
So where they at? But what I found interesting, I'm gonna share a story with y'all because we always think that black people were poor or always have been poor. There have always been rich African Americans as well. There have been rich Latinos as well. There have been rich colored folks as well. And
That's
so
a
I
fact.
came across this article about this woman called Sarah Rector. Have you ever heard of Sarah Rector?
Yes, indeed.
You
Interesting.
have,
Very interesting.
right? So let me share the story with y'all if y'all don't know who Sarah Rector is, right? Sarah Rector was the richest little girl in America. She's African American. After the Civil War and after the Civil Rights Movement, slaves in the United States were freed. While they could no longer be forced to work for free, racism and discrimination still prevented them from doing and having things that white people had. People were terrified of the idea of Black people having any power or influence. Young Sarah Rector was the descendant of slaves owned by a tribe of Native Americans in Oklahoma. Her grandparents were the ones freed from slavery and therefore granted tribal rights. Under an 1866 treaty between the United States and five Native American tribes, the freedmen received land allotments of 160 acres each. This included children, so Sarah received her own plot of land. Her plot was valued at $556.50. Typically, however, slaves were not granted what was considered good plots of land. So even though they gave them something, it still wasn't really worth anything. So plots by the water, down by the creek, where you can get water for your stock, plots that were able to be fertilized and be able to grow food, all of those things were always still reserved for the white Americans. So the little girl, Sarah, wound up receiving a plot of land where she actually they found oil. They had found oil, And at the age of 12, she became a millionaire overnight. But check this out. At the age of 12, she started receiving marriage proposals in the mail and was receiving a lot of attention from the press. The state of Oklahoma was quite alarmed and concerned about a Black person owning so much wealth. Not knowing what to do, they legally declared her white. This was in part for her to be able to use first class trains and other things at that time only white people were to have. So this beautiful Black queen had to be labeled as white in order to be able to enjoy her wealth, which by happenstance they gave her because it was a complete accident. Sarah's daily income was $300 per day. Today, that would be equivalent to $7,500 a day. Unfortunately, because of the heavy rain, the Department of State assigned a white person to oversee their assets. Again, because of the black belief that Black people should not have this kind of wealth. Knowing that white people would take advantage of her, Black people rallied around her, such as Booker T. Washington, W.E.B. Du Bois, and they basically got the NAACP involved, and went ahead and they took over her estate to help her out, and basically allowed her to live in her wealth. She still had to identify as white. So when we talk about reparations, these things have been in place. And that's why I found it really interesting that they're talking about reparations and giving reparations, and yet they've done it in the past and still found ways to take it away from us. I'm just like, look, we need to be more financially independent and smart about our money, and also understand that nothing is just freely given to you. Everything comes with an angle. So if any one of y'all happen to be one of those people that gets $5 million, be smart about your money. So
Invest. Invest.
invest. And maybe that's what we should have, maybe a financial advisor come on and talk about stuff like that, because people do not talk about money because we don't have it. And I know growing up, people didn't talk about money at all. It was just like we got by, we paid the bills, we lived our lives, we lived in a house. I know for me, I lived in a house. My parents had cars, we went on vacation. But what that struggle meant to them, I don't know. And today we just can't continue to be left behind.
And
So
you know,
just want to think about that, think on that. Oh, and y'all need to start working on y'all slave papers, because that's the other part of this. So now we got to be signed
those
up to show you to
Californians.
qualify. That's
It's fun.
crazy to me.
It's funny you brought up this story about Sarah Rector, because there's also a family in California. We just talked about California, where there was a plot of a big area of land, a beach actually, and it was
Okay.
taken away from them, and they recently were either recompensed and or given the land back. And I think they sold the land back to the state, for the monetary value now, which was a lot more, is a lot more now than it would have been back then. But
Yes.
it was snatched from them illegally years ago. So it goes to show you that even though California might not have been a slave state, there was some funny bullshittery going on even then, even there. And those are just two stories. The one you talk about with Sarah Rector, and in this California situation, where it
Hmm.
happened in a lot of states, and a lot of well-to-do Black people lost their wealth, lost their means, because of either
Yeah.
jealousy, envy, and or the racial system
The
that was
color
going
of
on
their
at the
skin.
time.
Just because of the
Mhm.
color of their skin, they have been taken advantage of, they have been robbed, they have been, and that's what's funny. We are so far removed. People don't want to listen to the ancestors. We don't want to hear what the old folks have to say, but the old folks are the ones who know that there's a possibility that your own family could have been robbed, but we don't want to hear what they have to say.
That
I
part.
know I know personally, there was this where I lived in Newark. There was this building. It was a brownstone building in Newark, and the tenants that were living in it, right, it was right next door. They were living in. They're like, oh, we have to move because the building died, and some long lost nephew, somebody he didn't even have a relationship with, but he had a blood relation to, claimed his right to the building. And
Oh wow.
stuff like this happens all the time, but we just let it slide because it's just like it's too much work, or you just don't know.
Don't know. Yeah. Yeah.
And we have been taken advantage of for years. I remember in Harlem when they were selling those brownstones off for $1. They were selling those brownstones in Harlem for $1 back in the 80s and 90s, and nobody did anything with it. So what? Guess what? Vice came in, they took advantage of it. Now you walk up in Harlem, guess what? It's everything and everybody. And while I'm okay with gentrification, what I'm finding with gentrification is we don't win in gentrification. We wind up paying rent to other people when we should be
Exorbitant
owning
amount
it.
at that. Yeah, that's a fact.
So, just information for you guys. Pay attention to the old heads, even if they sound crazy. Like, I had a ton of land in North Carolina. Where did you have a ton of land in North Carolina? Maybe we need to go back and go get it for you. You know what I mean? Because I'm just
That's a
saying.
fact. That's a fact. Because
I'm just saying.
a lot of people have had their lands usurped from them, taken
Listen,
from them,
I was-
stolen from them through loopholes and through direct snatching, like with fear, having to leave in fear of your life because of like lynch mobs and you know different groups and stuff. And like you said, we should pay attention to those elders to hear some of them stories. You never know what trinkets and never know what things lie within those stories that could benefit you and your whole family. And you should definitely
Yeah.
pay attention.
Do something with it. Generational wealth. It's not just a word. It's real. Generational wealth is real. And I'm just looking in the comments. And then Be Beauty, yeah, my family's going to court to get land back. Exactly. This has been going on for years.
Oh
The problem
wow.
is we've been so taught to just turn an eye, not pay attention. Oh, it happened already. There's nothing we could do about it. I think we are more empowered today than we have ever been empowered to do what we need to do to get what belongs back to us. And if you want to, and I think the problem with this reparations thing that I'm having is, in order for me to qualify for this, now I'm gonna have to go through this whole DNA system. I'm gonna have to put my name back on paper just to show you that I came from slave. You know what I mean? It's just like it's crazy. It's
Yeah.
just a whole crazy system to me. But at the end of the day, guys, we need to stay aware, stay alert, and stay on top of it. That's why we're talking about it, guys. Thank you for hearing me out. So thank you, Tracy T. Appreciate you, Mama. All right. So
Oh,
next
Tracy T in the
story.
place to be. Thank
We
you.
balling out
Thank
today, y'all. It's ball out Friday.
you. Feel me? Feel good Fridays.
Yes, feel good Fridays. And so I wanted to talk about another story, which we would talk about ancestors and going back in the days, right? How many of y'all? Okay, well, I'm gonna ask Phil. Do you know how to get rid of hot grease after you used it? When you cook, whether it's chicken or whatever, that dirty grease that used to be in a can on a stove when I was growing up, because we was reusing that bad boy some way somehow.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
you got the
yeah.
fish foot grease, you got the chicken grease. It's reusable a couple of times, but do you know how to get rid of it?
Back in the days, you threw it in the trash. If after you was done with it, throw it in the bag and take it out. I don't know about a couple days, but when I was younger, there was a big canister, and then they got sophisticated and got a little filter top thing where you pour it
Right.
in there and it gets the debris out off of the oil, and you use that oil again. Like you said, you had your
Right.
fish grease, you had your chicken grease, your beef grease, pause. You know what I'm
It
saying?
was flavored.
Use that. Flavored, already had seasoned and said it. That part. But
Not
generally,
beef
you just
grease.
but
Wait, there was
generally
beef grease. Who else had
pause.
beef grease? I don't.
You're a little bit too tickled about the beef grease.
Wait, what does beef grease look like? I'm
I
just
think
asking a question.
she's really intrigued about the beef grease. What's that about? Ladies and gentlemen.
Beef grease. Pause.
We talking many moons ago, but generally we threw it out. Now, some people would try to throw it down the sink. Some people would try to put it down the sink till they found out that the grease, when it gets cold, it coagulates and thickens up and
That's
clogs up your drains and jacks some things up. So it went out with the trash when you learned the hard way.
that's when you learn the hard way. The funny part is people still throw it down the sink. I personally, I'm not a big grease user, but I'm not gonna lie. When I did, I used to just go ahead and throw it down the sink. And as you said, it really it does create some problems. So I was reading an article that was talking about how to get rid of grease. I remember somebody called me, I think it was last year, and they were like, do you know how to get rid of grease? I'm like, I haven't used grease. I mean, there's air fryers, the oven. There's so many other ways on how you could cook food that I'm just like, I
These
didn't know
days,
how.
in this age, that's a fact.
Listen, your girl got you. If you are that person who throws it down the sink, guys, there's a little trick. All you need to do is stop up the sink, do some hot water, do some vinegar, and do some Dawn. Let that all kind of marinate, and then let it go. And it's supposed to break up all of that grease. The vinegar is supposed to go ahead and break up that grease. Now, I don't recommend that you do it at all, but if you're gonna do it in a way that doesn't clog up your, because there's nothing worse than a sink full of dirty ass water. That's all I'm gonna say. I
Blow,
was
blow,
just
blow, blow,
curious
blow.
because I'm going into the questions now. Freeze it and make it a fat bat out of it.
What? Who the figured he said that?
RW. Thank you, Sarah Lynn. Thank you for your support, honey. Thank you so much. You get rid of that by portions that you've used already. Oh my God. I use air fry beef grease. Thank you, MMB. You confused too, huh? Tracy says, I always put it in an empty container and take it to the dumpsters. It makes such a mess. Yeah. So it breaks it down to a final liquid. You know what I'm figuring out about Dawn though? It helps ducks. Why do I have to use so much in order to just clean my Tupperware? Is it me? When you get the red spaghetti stain in the Tupperware, and I'm just like, how do you fight that part of it? Because Dawn is not doing the job.
It ain't getting
How
that
you
stank
cleaning
out of
ducks
the
and you're
boat.
not cleaning my Tupperware, Dawn? I have a question.
You know what it is? I think because of the plastic that's used in Tupperware is porous, so that the tomato gets up in there and it don't get out the same way like topical, like your plates and stuff like that, where it sits on it. I don't know. Just a thought. Just a thought.
I'm gonna need Dawn to get I'm gonna need them to get it together because I never want to eat it ever again. I don't know how people put food back in plastic when it looks like it's been through the war. I don't want it. If that red stain is still sitting in there, that means there's food still sitting in there. I'm grossed out. I'm not eating out of it, but I'm gonna need Dawn to get their life together. Just saying. You can help ducks, help me. That's all I'm saying. I use Clorox with dish liquid. Okay. You just need a little Clorox for that. Just a little Clorox.
Just a little bit, huh? Just a little bit.
Dad said, don't buy that Dollar Tree, Dawn. Buy the platinum, Dawn.
That part. Don't be cheap. Don't be cheap.
No, you cannot be. Listen, you get what you pay for. We keep saying that. Don't go to DR to get your body done. You get what you pay for. That's all I'm going to say.
Speaking of that, too, understand this, ladies and gentlemen. I get it. We want to save money. We want to save money. And this is a sidebar. But you get what you pay for. But know this. Yeah, there are some good doctors that do a good job in those foreign countries. But then there's a lot of scamming going on and a lot of unscrupulous people. You have no recourse in other countries. Here, if you get your work done, you can sue somebody. You can do certain things that you can't do. You can't sue over in Mexico and you live here in America. You can't sue in Turkey. You can't sue in Switzerland. You can't sue in these other various countries to get this job done. I didn't mean to change the subject, but I just thought about it.
That's okay.
I wanted to say that earlier.
This is all about educating our folks. You know, we in here talking that ish, and it's
That
true. There's somebody right now who's thinking about getting something done, and they're thinking about going somewhere to get it done, and it's just like, hey, that's fine, but think about the recourse of it. Me personally, I'm not going to. If I'm going to DR, it's for fun and sun, not for buns and buns. I'm just saying that's just
hold up
me.
though. What kind of funds in the sign?
Listen, not the kind of fun you thinking about. No beef
I don't.
grease.
What kind? What? Oh,
There
Paul.
will be no beef grease in the
You
Dominican
ain't still
Republic.
stuck on thinking about the beef grease.
That's
Huh?
hysterical.
I don't listen.
That is hysterical, though. He said beef grease. I'm like, I don't think I've ever had beef grease.
Sure you have. Sure you have.
Oh my goodness. I can't when I just can not. But talking about, I cannot. Talking about getting what you pay for. One of the things that I think is really overpriced, and listen, I'm going to be the first one to say it. I used to be a label whore. If I wasn't Gucci head to toe or Louis Vuitton head to toe, if that, like, I would really look at people like, you know, you just average. Now I have a really, as I've grown up, I have a really different appreciation for money. You know, what to do with it, how to spend it. But even more so for me, I just like, because I don't really like to wear the same things twice, I don't feel the need to spend money on clothes like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I came across, and there's been plenty of celebrities and artists
Know
and
who you talking about.
athletes who have said this. But right now,
Slim
basically just
Thugger.
Slim Thug just put out, he was just saying that the key to staying rich is avoiding spending sprees on fancy clothes. The Houston Bog Hog admits that he has no issue rocking discount threads. Slim gave his fans with more than a dash of homophobia, which we're going to ignore, as he chastised dudes who flock to wearing the same expensive designer outfits. In his post Thursday, he said he keeps it player for just pennies. I love it. And proved it, yanking the price tag of his top and shorts to reveal he dropped less than $20 for both. It seems like price isn't his only issue. Hard to take his advice on saving cash since he also bragged about dropping millions on jewelry to distract from his frugal fashion choices. But he says that many rappers go broke splurging on their wardrobes. So I even want to say that when it even comes down to some of this jewelry, that a lot of these entertainers or people that you see, that's not even fake. At the end of the day,
You
you
mean not
know,
even
for
real?
me, I just want to look cute. I know that I can look cute in whatever it is that I want to wear. What I find I spend my money on are things like accessories, a nice bag, a nice trench coat, things at this point that are statement pieces for me. Like they're going to be in my closet, they're not transitional, but a little dress, I will go to them. I will go to, if it's cute and it fits me nice and I know I can accessorize it, I'm wearing it. When it comes to jewelry, if I want to rock a little faux diamond necklace, I'm doing it. A, it's gonna look good, and B, because my money goes to things like investments, long-term things that make sure I'm okay. I've been an entrepreneur for 2 years now. 2 years. No, and at the end of the day, that can only happen if I'm smart about my money. So, you know, I don't know what y'all do with y'all money, but I'm gonna need y'all to go ahead on to that H&M, find you a cute outfit, rock it, and feel good
Call
about
it a
yourself.
day. That part. That part.
I'm just
Yeah, I was
saying.
amazed.
Do
I
you
was
deal with
amazed at
this
these
with the
special
kids?
tags. Huh? Say that one more time.
Okay, y'all better shop. You about to pull a tag out, Big Phil with your customized shirt, because they let H&M Phil. They sell a
Who?
Big Phil shirt in H&M.
You know, listen.
I thought you was
If
about
they
to pull
put it
a tag
there,
out of your
if
shirt. I'm like,
if they put it there, I wouldn't mind. Listen, listen. I'm gonna say this. The Mary Kate, what's the Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen, the Olsen twins. I don't know if you remember them.
mm-hmm.
The young girls from what was the name of that show?
I do. Full House.
Full House.
Full House.
They were smart. They were smart. Where other
Full House.
people, where other people were putting together the brands that go into like Macy's, Woody's, Hex back in the days, and other stores, they put together a clothing line that they put together to go directly in places like Kmart and Walmart and places of that nature, and became
Right.
billionaires
Yes.
by doing so.
Yep.
Let that
Yep.
sink in. We always trying to put together a clothing line that costs the most money or costs a certain amount to appease a certain pocket of people, when there's a lot more average folks that's trying to save a penny or just get by that will buy your products if they were more reasonably priced. And they showed that. They gave that lane. We need to take heed to that. Those of us
We
that are
really,
want to start clothing lines and all these other things.
I think it has to make sense because they also have a really high end line called the row, where it's a couple of $1,000s for a bag or $1,000 for a sweater. So I think, to their credit, they did it where it's just like I could do it on the low end and I can do it on the high end and still be fine. Is that clothes are like disposable, you know what I mean? So you're wearing it this season, but not wearing it another season. So now it's like I can't wear that anymore. It's just really it's interesting to me. I even know Chad Ochocinco came out and he was saying that how he wound up holding on to his millions where most football players run through their money. He admitted, he was like, yeah, my jewelry is fake, and you know what I'm saying? He was like, I've slept at the stadium in order not to spend money on hotel rooms or whatever. Now, there is a level of cheap, but we're not talking about cheap. We're talking about that you can look great at any price point. But see, back in the days, if we all know if you come to school in some dumps, you were gonna get chewed up and chewed out. That's just what it was. If you were not coming to school in brand name clothing, if you didn't have your Pumas, your Feeli's, your Lee's, your La Tigra, you know what I'm saying? If you weren't wearing the one piece suits, the Sergio Tacchini's, I don't know if y'all remember this. I'm like going way back in the fashion, but just saying, it was like you had to have a certain look, and it all had to be name brand. Because if it wasn't
Had to
name
be
brand,
fly. Had to be fly. Yeah.
you weren't that. So as adults, it's like, how are we spending and managing our money? And even more so the kids. I think I love that our kids are not really caught up. Mine aren't caught up in labels. My kids just like to rock what they rock. They like to look good. You know what I mean? It makes them feel good. And I'm really, proud of that for them because I don't want my kids caught up in this label whore. You're spending your whole Starbucks check on a pair of $500 sneakers
Not
or some,
Starbucks.
yeah, your little Starbucks tips, getting it up like, Ma, I got 300. You got 4? No. The hell? If you don't put on these $50 uptails, I'm going to need you
You call it a day.
keep serving up that coffee. Keep serving up those lattes. That's all I'm saying.
Damn it. Let them tips pound. Look.
Let
Hey,
the
Kelly B.
say yes, Raven Simone. Good
That's
morning,
a
Kelly
fact, RW.
B. Yeah,
That's a
Chad
fact.
can't eat McDonald's every day. His insides must be, oh shoot, Harry said I'm showing my age. Cause you never heard of those brands, Harry. You such a youngin. You never heard. So y'all look at Lee's and Wranglers all sideways. We were wearing Lee's back in the days. They were hot. Then you had to
With
have
the
the permanent
creases.
crease in the front. NFL with the permanent crease. You had your little La Tigra shirt. Come on. You know we were
Wow,
doing
you
the most.
Latigre. You took it back. Yeah.
Come on. We were doing the
Damn
most.
it.
That was
They don't
before
know
they
nothing.
broke off and Izod became separate. Like we were part of the classics, but we still cared about what we looked like, which is really what we care about. Like today I see these kids out in their pajamas. I'm confused. It just doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Um, All right, we are wrapping up cross colors. Exactly. Sheen. So that's the thing about people again, Sheen, Fashion Nova. What people don't really understand is that a lot of these expensive brands, they shop from the same buyers that the Sheens and the
Manufacturers,
Fashion
buyers.
Novas, they all buy from the same buyers. There are companies that make these clothes, and they go and they shop those clothes to different department stores, the Macy's, the Sheens, the Fashion, also the Gucci's, also these jean companies where you're spending $278 for a pair of jeans. And guess what? That same style is in rainbows for
I'm
1999. The
I'm gonna take
name won't be the same, but the style and the fabric and the quality is the same. And so stop turning your nose up.
I'm gonna take it a step further.
Let's go.
Gallery department, that fly brand that y'all like that costs an arm and a leg. Their jeans are Levi's. They rub out the label on the what you call it and put their brand on it. And got
Yep.
you.
Yep.
You buying some 501s that cost what, 20 something dollars for how much?
Right. 1999. You gotta
No,
wonder how some of
no, no.
these
They don't.
stores.
Gallery department, they shit ain't 1999. That shit like a few hundo, a few hundo.
What department?
Gallery department.
What is that? Is
Actually,
that a store?
it was a brand. No, a brand.
Oh,
You see
gallery department.
the
That's
brand,
right.
and they repurposed other brands and other things, which is genius. Which is
Right.
genius. I ain't mad at them, but a lot of
I
people bought it for
mean,
exclusive materials, and it wasn't so exclusive. And some of the stuff was recycled uh shirts and things of that nature, which they just put they stamped their gallery department on it, and y'all went for
wow.
it.
Yeah. Just not just wanting to be a part of something when it's just like just do you. From that perspective. And even talking about entrepreneur shout outs, there's so many people in the past couple of years, especially since COVID, who have decided that they no longer want to be a part of the grind, or they found a passion or something that they love to do. I find it so interesting that we'll go out and we will buy a $300 hoodie from Gucci, but you won't buy the $25 hoodie from somebody, from a black business owner or small entrepreneur, because it don't say Gucci, but it'll say something as fabulous like I'm fabulous. You know what I mean? The fact that we don't
That
support
part.
each other as entrepreneurs is what saddens me, because if we did that, we could be the next Gucci. You know what I mean? Big Phil's t-shirts could be the next Gucci. Be Love tees, which I'm launching in the next few weeks, could be the next Louis Vuitton. But we don't support each other that way.
Louis.
And then it's like, oh, it's $25 for a t-shirt. Yeah. You would go buy it anywhere else. So I'm just like, why aren't we supporting one another as entrepreneurs and business owners, which is why it was so important when we started this show, guys, to do the entrepreneur shout outs. If you're an entrepreneur, if you make cupcakes, cakes, bath and body bombs, if you make lotions, if you make
T-shirt,
whatever it is that you make,
clothes,
t-shirts, hoodies, hats,
purses.
whatever you make, come on through and talk about it. We want to support you. Your girl will definitely buy stuff. When I first started LGO Real Talk, I had an entrepreneur shout out every week. I would look at the products that people were selling. I would buy it. I didn't ask them to send it to me. I would buy it. I would support the entrepreneur, and I would talk about it, because guess what? We need to support each other. Gucci does not want you wearing their stuff. I'm just going to be 100. As somebody who wore it all the time, I've been in stores where they would not they would not help me. They would not service me, because their fear was I was going to be like, how much? And my fear is like, why do I have to sit here and beg for somebody I want to spend my money. You know what I mean? But they don't want you wearing their money. They don't want you wearing their stuff. Oprah has made it clear when Hermes shut the door on her, like, we don't care that you're Oprah. You're not one of us. You don't
You know,
qualify to wear it.
yeah, that's
You
a
know what I
fact.
mean? And I think a lot of us have been in that experience. So I hope that we're going to start doing a better job of supporting one another. We have
That
one
part.
of our own coming on to talk about his business, guys. And like I said, we want to help you guys promote your business. So please hit us up. Let us know what you're doing. Let us know how we could support you, because that's what this show is all about: love and support.
That part. And we're not just talking about clothing lines, uh, catering and such, which we are including that. We talking about if you got a notary public business, if you're a mortgage agent, if you have a real estate agency, whatever your business is, whatever your entrepreneurial endeavor is, whatever it is, holler at us, and we're gonna create a spot for you to showcase it. That part.
Yes, let's talk about it because it's so important. Listen, Funny Ties clothesline coming soon. Come through and talk about your clothing line. Show you
That
going to do a
part.
little fashion show and show it off. Come on through.
Not a
This is your
fashion.
platform. What you say?
Not a fashion show though. Like
A little
sashay,
fashion show.
saute.
A little fashion show. You can put a little music on and everything. Yes,
Lord,
let's get motivated. What do you want to do? I think that's the other question too. Finding your passion. I know a lot of people today, I don't want to get up and go to this job. I don't want to get up. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to deal with these people today. I don't. But at the end of the day, if you could find your passion, it's not work. It's not always easy. But no beef grease chains. No, there will be no
ah,
I'm just envisioning what beef grease looks like, and I'm just like, it's not. I just remember the chicken grease. That's all, y'all.
I
I'm
got you all, W. That's a
serious
fact.
right now.
MMB,
Yes.
I think you would
Anybody
wear
that's
one, would you, MM? Y'all are off the chain.
BG baby, BG, BG bag. Actually, when you think about it, you could come up with some containers for grease, right? A chicken grease, a
Oh,
beef grease.
oh,
Fish.
oh,
Y'all giving me a whole bunch of ideas this morning.
hold on, hold on. I think she needs to go in timeout for that one. I think she needs to go in timeout for that. I think she needs to be a timeout.
I'm serious.
You a little bit snickling and giggling over some beef grease.
He said, I want to know why I'm so tickled about the beef
That
grease. I
part.
just never heard of
That,
that before.
she said, I think she tickled by the thought of it. Ooh, beef got
I
grease.
just don't know what it looks like. That's
MLB said,
oh
no,
my.
Phil, I prefer chicken grease purse. Oh my God. What have we started? What have we started?
Come on,
y'all really
MMB,
y'all
put
ready
it
to take a
together.
pick
Put
over
it
this?
together. Should be up here next Friday. This is a chicken grease purse. It was made with 100% organic chicken grease. It's no animals were hurt making it.
I don't know what the figure D she talking about. However,
Come on.
you
Right,
know,
Rich. Thank you. Beef grease. What is beef grease? That's what we're trying to figure out. I'm trying to
that
figure it
part
out. Made
Quince
with
TV
peanut oil. We
made
can
with
do
beef.
peanut oil.
Listen,
I'm
if,
just saying. I just
if one
can't
of
say
y'all
it.
create something out of beef grease, chicken grease, fish grease, or elbow grease, then y'all come on here and let us know, and try to support your business. Try. I
For
think
sure.
we
We
love
got
might
you.
support it more than others, but
I want my percentage. I want my piece.
I'm the one that said beef grease. What you?
I know, but I took it there. I took it there. We got purses, we got canisters, we got we
guess
got beef grease mugs.
guess
MMB
what?
took it there.
Guess what? Have all the beef grease you want. Take it to another level. Why don't you? He
Yes. Oh my goodness.
said beef grease loop.
Lubrication. Exactly. It
My
tastes
God.
like beef grease. Luke, yo, I can't. MMB hit me up after this, girl. You got ideas. Let's make
I
it
don't know what
happen.
kind of ideas y'all got.
Listen, you gotta make it happen. You have got to make it happen. All right, I got
Making
one
beef
more
grease
story
sandwich.
before I guest comes on. Oh my God, thank you for. I need the actual link. It's in here. Okay, we wait for.
While she's looking at that,
I'm just here with our guest host right now.
give a thumbs up if you haven't done so. Hit that thumbs up. Boop, boop.
Trying to get our guest host in here today.
It's all good. It's all good.
Okay.
I could open a beef grease restaurant near you. Oh my God.
Yes, come on in.
Yes.
Listen,
What you mean? A beef
a
grease
beef grease
restaurant.
restaurant.
What you gonna
Exactly.
eat?
What you
He
serving?
said, he
RW,
said beef
RW, get
grease
behind it.
sandwiches.
He said he's making a burger chain. Make it called Beef Grease Restaurant near you. Listen. Please make sure you are liking the show. Make sure you are liking the show, guys. Make sure you are supporting. Thank you so much to everyone who's in the live. We are talking so much ish today. It is Feel Good Friday. Phil, you feeling good?
It seems like we're sponsored today by beef grease sandwiches. Come here you. Damn it.
You started it.
What the fig are you doing?
You started it. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
I wasn't trying, Joe. I was just
You
distinguishing
started
between
it.
the greases.
You started it, beef grease. BG in the building. BG is in the building. Okay, so something that I found interesting. We were talking. So if we want to have somebody who is, we were talking earlier about who's going to work after they get those $5 million vegan leave. Yes,
Oh,
vegan leave.
yes. What you mean, yes?
Yes. Shout out to my vegans. Oh my goodness.
Wouldn't it be
Listen,
vegan grease?
this is what the no, because is there okay, I'm not even touching that. All right. I just want to give a quick kind of just calm down a minute. Shout out to Wyclef Jean or Jean. He's currently seeking treatment at a hospital for an unknown ailment. On Monday, the artist posted a concerning video on his timelines. Fans can see that he's in a mask while in a hospital gown. In a caption, he wrote that sometimes we forget that our body is a temple. That's because he was eating that beef grease. See what happens when you eat that beef grease? You wind up with an overnight stay. He said sometimes we forget our body is a temple, but he'll be back soon. And celebrities like Miguel and Shaggy flooded his comments, sending well wishes, prayers, speedy recovery. We have lost so many greats just in the past year alone. And when you think about the fact that they're around our age, they're not that old, 50s, not even hitting 60. I just want to send my prayers out to Wyclef Jean. And just to tell you guys, our bodies are our temple. And I know we're making a whole bunch of jokes about, stuff like beef grease and chicken grease. But let's just always be conscious about what we're doing and how we're taking care of ourselves. We have people that love us and need us. And so I just want to quickly stop in and just say, I love you guys. I want you guys to take care of yourselves. I want everybody to be their best selves. So make sure you're storing that beef grease, that chicken grease, that fish grease,
elbow grease,
elbow
grease.
Oh no butt grease. Oh, do not store the butt grease. Now I'm done. I'm good.
There you go.
Thank you.
Well wishes and speedy recovery going out to Wyclef. We don't know what's going on, but hopefully it'll be just like that, and you'll be right back at it, brother.
Yeah, for sure. And just always just be on top of yourself. Like, I started out saying that I'm grateful today to just be alive. So many things that are happening, it's not allowing me to come right and be loved. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can send a link. Trying to get our boy Amir Silly in the building. He needs a
Quince
link.
TV. I could never pause to all that. Maybe my co-host, but never feel. You hear me? I could
I
never.
don't see the comment, but before you co-sign for me, I'm gonna need to see the comment.
You want to see the
Got to
comment?
see the comment.
Have at it.
Phil is choking on that fish video. That is so funny.
I could never. I would never.
No booty grease. No, no, not at all. I think, what's so crazy is the things that we used to think are taboo or not taboo anymore. So speaking of
Conversation
that,
things.
tonight is Feel the Love Friday while we're waiting for our entrepreneur guest to come on.
Feel the love. Feel the love. That
Talk
part.
about that because I don't think that people really know what goes down on that show.
On Feel the Love, if y'all like the laughter and antics you see now on Feel the Love Fridays, it goes up. A lot more risque, a lot more conversations about love, romance, sex, dating, marriage, the gamut. So it doesn't matter if you're taken or married, come through, have a wonderful time. My co-host for that is Evolution Brooklyn. If y'all know, like I know, she turns the hell up.
Yes.
And the ladies be represent fellas, the ladies, they be representing. You hear me? Fellas, y'all need to get off that wall and dance a little bit. You hear me? Tell a friend to tell a friend to Feel
Yes.
Good Fridays tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You don't want to miss it. It's a wonderful time. I'm trying to tell you. Oh yeah,
It is such a good time. And
and get well soon to Young Ma. That's a fact too, as well. Get well to Young Ma as well.
yeah, talk about that, Phil. Talk about what's going on with Young Ma. I didn't. I saw it, but I didn't really dig down into it. What's going on with her, Phil? Do you have the link, the actual link for the StreamYard? You could text me
It's in your. It's going to translate it over.
to the
Text
thing.
me and I can text it to him.
Okay.
If that text me his number and I can text. Because what it is, if I text you it again, it's going to come up like how it comes up in your inbox. If that makes sense.
Okay. Do we have the link up on YouTube where he could just click
Yeah,
into the link? Okay, so I'm
it's
gonna
pinned
send
to
him
the
to them.
top.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pinned to the top. Um, she's gone through what people are wondering and or assuming a liver issue because of maybe drinking and or drugs or whatever the case may be.
Oh wow.
Supposedly, allegedly, everything is getting better
Not
for her.
alleged.
So, because I don't know one way or the other, and I don't want to be liable to no lawsuit behind
Right.
diagnosing her situation. Um, she's put out reports that she's getting better, so that's a good thing. That's a good thing because sometimes we take these we abuse our bodies by abusing certain substances and things external, whether it's food, whether it's alcohol, whether it's drugs, and we don't pay attention to the signs that our body says, hey, slow the hell up,
Right.
stop,
Right.
retreat until
Right.
it's too late, or we our body starts reacting, and then we trying to panic and get from behind the eight ball with it.
Oh my God. Tracy T said her biological father died of cirrhosis of the liver and he was only 33.
Oh wow,
Wow. Sorry to
wow,
hear that, Tracy T. That's
yeah.
crazy.
Sorry to hear that, man.
And it's so funny because you see people in the family who have been drinking for years. Like they've been drinking since I was a little, since I came out the womb. They still drink to this day. And you're like, damn, how does your body survive it? And then there's some people who just can't even tolerate or take, that kind of abuse to the body. When you
That
say your
part.
body is a temple, what does that really mean? Like, it means we're supposed to take care of it, what we put into it. You know what I'm saying? How we nurture it. And I think we just, need to get better at that. Think about what it would look
That
like
part.
if someone who's a drug, right, Tracy. So she said, Tracy C said, think about what it would look like if someone who's a drug addict gets $5 million. Going back to that reparations thing.
Wow. Yeah, that
So
part.
that is scary to me. And that's why I
That
think it's just
that
like y'all
part.
out here handing out checks. And it's like, what is the responsibility behind that kind of payout? To your point, drinking yourself to death. Could you imagine
We have
getting
we have a
5 million? I ain't never leaving the house. And I'm gonna buy my $1 house and I'm gonna drink myself into a stupor every day in my $1 house with my $97,000 salary. What is happening right now?
we got a special guest, ladies and gentlemen. We got a special guest ready to come up. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yay!
It's the entrepreneurial shine time.
King Amir
Welcome to the
A. Rock
building.
Silly.
Hey,
Welcome.
what's going on? Good morning. Good
Amir,
morning. Good
salute,
morning.
salute.
Good
Salute.
morning.
How's everything? Good to finally meet you,
Everything is
Big Phil.
everything.
Yes,
Likewise, we
sir.
were in the building. We were in the building together. I didn't get a chance to dap you up or what have you. But I see you getting
Yes,
your book
yes,
on a
yes,
little bit. But I ain't gonna tell nobody.
yes.
Everybody knows that's the thing about A. Rock Silly is that he's notoriously known for being the two-stepper at the spot, y'all. If y'all don't know, this is my brother right here. Oh my God, we have hung out together. We have had good times together. And, him talking about his business and what he's doing as an entrepreneur, had to have him on the platform. Which lives are changing. And when we talk about finding a passion in what you're doing, we want to make sure we have him on. King Amir, welcome.
Hey,
What you
good
got
Welcome,
morning. Good
welcome,
happening?
morning.
welcome. Good morning
Yes,
to you.
first of all, thank you both for, having me on your platform this morning. I'm honored and humbled.
My
It's
pleasure.
it's crazy. It's Friday, and I'm psyched and in a different energy. It's the close of the week for some of us. It's the start of the week for some of us. And that's one of the reasons why I think becoming an entrepreneur is so important. Too many of us, for years and years, have bought into what is supposedly called the American dream. That's no disrespect to anybody who still believes in it, who still thinks that it makes sense to them. But we need to start looking at things from other perspectives. The American dream, as it's been, laid out to us, is go to school, you work really hard, you find yourself a great job, and then, you work for a million years and you retire with a gold watch and you supposedly ride off into the sunset. And I think that it's unfortunate that we have, found ourselves so steep in that ideology that we don't look and we don't realize that on a constant basis we have opportunities coming our way because we're just so stuck in that mind frame and that mindset. And we've heard it for so long. Now, again, I'm not on here to knock anybody's hustle. If you're out here getting your degrees, continue to get your degrees. If you're out here and you're in a wonderful government job or a wonderful city job, again, continue to do all of those things. But what we need to start doing is understanding that if you didn't learn anything else from what happened with the pandemic, it showed you that none of this stuff is safe. Actors couldn't act, singers couldn't sing. The entire free world was shut down. So if you didn't
Mhm.
come out of that and start saying to yourself, I need to really get my entrepreneurial spirit up and running, whatever that may be for you. You might be a public speaker. You might be an entertainer of some sort, tell jokes, sing, write music, whatever it is. You might be somebody who's great with your hands. You build, incredible things with your hands. But all I'm saying to you is find whatever that passion is for you and then utilize it to start putting yourself in a position. And something that one of my mentors has said since I started in this entrepreneurial space, he said, you need to start working on your plan B while you still have your plan A. Too many of y'all
Mm,
think that that plan A is going to hold on
that part.
forever. But again, as I point out to you, y'all see what happened in 2013. So many city workers lost their jobs. So many people in different phases throughout the country. And let's be clear, if you're not paying attention, Walmarts are closing down at an alarming rate. So many of the places that we've come to know, grow and know our entire lives, Macy's are closing down, Nordstrom's, the list goes on and on and on. And if you've been to any of these places lately, y'all see how quiet they are in there? People can't wait to come in there and service you and help you out because we're not doing that anymore. Unfortunately, Jeff Bezos came up with his great plan of, having all of y'all get on Amazon, and all you did was make Jeff Bezos rich. No disrespect to anybody, but that's really what y'all did with that,
A fact.
you know. And I share that not again to knock anybody. I don't want anybody to walk away from this and be like he was arrogantly. No, what I'm telling you is we have to start looking at our lives, how we apply the things that we know differently. For my fellas, some of y'all are Jordan heads. I got no problem with you being a Jordan head. Get you 7,000 pairs, but I will say this: Jordans cost somewhere about 230 a clip. 230 times 15, 20 pairs. You do the math on that. Jordan's already a billionaire, so he doesn't need your 230. I'm just going to keep it 1,000 for y'all. And the mere fact that he brings the same sneaker back and maybe changes one thing slightly, and you run out and go, oh my God, I got to get the new ones. Shame on you. Get your head in the game. And for my ladies, because like I said, I'm not picking on either side. Some of y'all out here, oh, well, you don't understand. Y'all got Gucci bags and Louis Vuitton bags and other brand, name brand bags. Again, get your bags. But I also know a lot of y'all got them hanging out in your closet because this one isn't in style anymore. So I can't wear it because it's not in style. But you paid $1,500 for it. So we just got to utilize our resources a little bit better. In particular, I happen to be in the travel space. For anybody who's wondering, Bernadette, who introduced me, she just recently joined the travel space with me as well. And I put it that way because a good portion of y'all who are watching this now and some of y'all who will be watching this later, you're traveling. If the pandemic didn't do anything else to you, it was like, I got to get out this house. I got to start seeing the world. So it just makes sense for you to find something that allows you to still do what your passion is, but why not pay yourself to do something that you're going to do anyway? And that's really, what I found. I got involved in it over a year ago. And when I say I absolutely love it, I absolutely love it because I'm moving in and around the country. I'm Vegas, I'm on the West Coast, I'm on the East Coast, and no airport that I've been to is not packed. Every airport is packed. So people are definitely traveling, whether they're taking, friends and family. Some of y'all are doing guys trips. Some of you ladies are doing girls trips. Some of y'all are doing breakup trips. Some of y'all are doing,
makeup trips.
Marriage trips. It is what it is. But the point is, we're out here and we're seeing the world a lot more. And the biggest thing is our children are nothing like us. I happen to be 54 years old, and I'm sharing this with you for one point and one point only. When I was in my 20s, going to Great Adventure was a great day. That was like, yo, son, we're going to hit Great Adventures. We get this bus ride and we be good. Our kids, they want to go to Dubai now, 7, 8, 10, 12. So I'm sharing that with you because it's okay to take them there, but why not put them and yourself in a space where you take them, save money on the way there, and make a check so you get paid on the way back. Just makes sense.
That's a fact.
Agreed. And I just wanted to, the reason that it was so important for me to have you come up here, and I did just join the business yesterday, right? Amir has been talking to me about this business since last year. He introduced it to me. When I tell you guys that for 6 months straight, I literally was living in hotels. I had left Newark, New Jersey to go move to Atlanta, stayed in Atlanta for 30 days, hated it, and had no direction on where I was going. So I was sleeping in hotels. And I'm traveling, I'm flying, I'm going here. My family's in Florida. I go to DC on the regular. And I'm just like, wait a minute. When I sat down and watched the presentation, I'm like, so I could have made money on all the money that I just spent. It just kind of made sense for me. And again, as an entrepreneur, I need multiple revenue streams in order to
That
be
part.
successful. I cannot rely on one thing. I rely on me. I say it all the time. There's no bailout plan for me. I am my bailout plan. So this part of my business, which is the travel business, just makes sense because I literally was in Washington D.C. 3-4 weeks ago. For DJ Lord Finesse's brunch. Shout out to the West Wing
Fact.
Cabinet. Phil was there. Amir was there. And guess
Fact.
what? I had to book a trip for 4 ladies. I had to book hotels for other people. This was even before I joined the travel business. So I had to do an Airbnb. I had to figure out logistics. And I'm saying to myself, I could have got paid on all of these things that I would normally do. So it just made sense for me. I think that people also think about, when you think about a business, like, well, how much do I have to invest, or how much time is it going to take? As much time as you can give to it. That's what you have to be honest about. But to be able to give somebody your link and be like, here, go check the travel out yourself. If you have any questions, if you want this to be more personalized, let me do that for you. But at the end of the day, here you go. Just go here, do what you would normally do on Expedia, Travelocity, any one of these sites where you're not making any money back. So, if this is something you're interested in doing, Amir, his handle is down here at ARockSilly on Instagram. Make sure you hit him up, hit me up, let me know, if this is something that you think you may want to do. This is not a no pressure situation. I'm going to make my money. You know what
No
I'm saying?
question.
We're giving you ideas and other ways on how you can make your money, because I personally don't like to sit down. I love to be near blue water. It is
There
just
you
my
go.
passion. I have found that me as a person, I need to be near water every few months. So it's one of those things that's just important to me. So, Amir, where can we find you?
You can find me again on Instagram at ARockSealy, ARockSealy. That's on Instagram. And then you can find me at Amir Sealy on Facebook and on Twitter. AMIR, and my last name Sealy, SEALY. And the only thing I'd like to add to what Bernadette said, I say this to people on a constant basis. A couple of things that we need to start doing. Please stop looking or passing over opportunities on a regular basis. That's the acronym for poor. Please stop doing that, guys. A poor mindset and a poor mind frame is something that we have to do a better job of. Stop believing that your job cares about you, because they don't. God forbid something happens to you. What will happen is they will post your job next week, and somebody new will be sitting in the beautiful office that she's in, or the beautiful cubicle, and life goes on. That's not a knock. I don't want anybody, because again, I don't want people to come away from this feeling angry. What I want you to do is say to yourself, opportunities are constantly presenting themselves. Stop at least not taking a look to see if the opportunity makes
It's
sense.
worthwhile.
And
Yeah.
please do yourself a favor. Stop looking for the opportunity to look like something specific. We do such a horrible job of letting things pass us by. If, again, to my guys, if y'all took the same 230 and you just bought Nike stock, you know how many Nikes you could really afford instead of buying Nike sneakers? For my ladies,
Well,
for y'all who into, like I said, the bags, and then just utilize your train of thought a little bit differently. And I promise you the end results will have you in spaces you can't even begin to believe. Were you getting ready to ask me something, Phil?
yeah, Amir, I I would like for you to delve in a little bit deeper to let people know you can give the specifics behind the scenes if people contact you, but let them know the benefits of being in a travel
Space?
orientated
Okay.
business or space, so that they can
Okay.
understand or get a full grasp of, yeah, you can book travel, but there's more to it. Let them know what
Okay.
would be some of the benefits.
What we talking
You
about?
know,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
So besides, obviously just the travel benefits of booking travel, which, I say this to people because we don't understand this. Anytime you book a trip, it doesn't make a difference where it is. There are commissions booked into that booking. It doesn't make a difference if you booking a car, if you renting a car, if you're getting um, concert tickets, whatever. All of those things have commissions inside of them. The difference is you're not getting them because you don't know that. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, with this particular opportunity, it gives you the opportunity to franchise. And I always utilize the word franchise because if you're anything like me, you grew up in a time and in an era where you always thought to yourself, maybe someday you'd open a franchise, whatever that may be, Burger King, uh, IHOP, whatever. And all of these
Beef
things
grease.
are, Starbucks. All of these things are amazing franchises to most certainly be a part of. And we've heard countless stories of some of our favorite entertainers and some of our favorite athletes who own multiple franchises.
Right.
This space gives you the opportunity to do the same thing for probably a fraction of the cost. I'm not going to get into the actual numbers because I would much rather you DM me or DM Bernadette, as she said, and then we will be more than happy to, plug you into the right spaces so you can see the information for yourself. But I will say this. The beauty of being able to have franchises is the same as having friends around the country. You now have people who are in other spaces who now you can connect with. So if you're in Texas, you got your Texas family out there. Why? Because you guys are making money. And this is the big thing. During the pandemic and everything has happened in recession as of late, what has really happened to us is $500 could have saved so many people from losing their homes, so many people from going under.
Mhm.
And it just is a matter of, like Beloved said, you putting forth the effort and doing the work. There is nothing that's going to come to you just from sitting there dreaming. You're going to have to put some effort behind it. You're going to have to do some work. And as she also stated, having multiple streams of income does nothing but put you in a space and in a place where now, even if one thing slows down, you now have something to supplement or help when things slow down in that space. So I just encourage everybody, please take a good hard look at some of the things that are available to you. Don't get so caught up and, like I said, so single-minded and caught up in the idea that this job is everything. I could say this to y'all. I've been working in the space that I'm working in 34 years. I love what I do. I enjoy it. But let's be clear. When it's over, it's over. I can't will this to my kids. I can't leave this to anybody. They'll be like, thank you for your service. Like I said, there's a goal watch involved. You take care of
See
yourself.
you when I see you.
Right. Right.
That
That's
part.
the
And
big
hopefully the
difference.
gold watch is still there because things are changing now and they don't even want to give you that. They just like kick rocks because
It
now we
might be
want to
the
bring in
Canal Street watch.
somebody. Right. Take this
Exactly.
watch and keep on moving. I do want to address some of the thing. Some questions sometimes are frozen in fear when they don't understand the opportunity. Right? We hear about these things and you hear about franchising. There are like multiple locations of franchise and you think the brick and mortar. And there's so many different ways to get money out here these days. That's what I want you guys to understand. Not just this opportunity, but every entrepreneur that comes on here every Friday, like hear what they have to say. There's 1,000 ways to get money out here, y'all. You just have to be open to the
Choose one or two.
opportunity and listen. Yeah, what'd you say, Phil? Because you were delayed.
I said choose one or two or three.
Yeah. Yeah. Please. And
Or
and and know
three.
this.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And know that it's gonna take some work.
It's gonna take some time. I
We
I,
free.
I think we have been duped into believing everything is a get rich quick scheme. But I always tell people to, look at this. All of the people who you truly admire, the Oprah Winfrey's of the world, the Harrison Fords, whoever, it doesn't make a difference. Do your homework, do your due diligence, and actually look up their story. You'd be surprised at how long it took them to get to the space where things started to really go well for them. It's not an overnight success. Jay-Z wasn't an overnight success. There was some
That
time in
part.
there where he had to put in the energy. Michael B. Jordan wasn't an overnight success. For those of you who are old enough to remember The Wire, he was a little kid in The Wire. Now he's a
That
superstar in superhero movies and action movies. So again, it's a process, but you have to be honest with yourself first and foremost. And the biggest thing you got to do is know that you can do it. Please don't let somebody douse your dreams because they're a naysayer, because they don't want to live theirs. Don't align yourself with those kind of people. Align yourself with people who are going where you want to go and or where you want to be, because that's what you need to be doing. Evolution is everything to each and every one of us and each and every one of you. So please do everything you can to continue to evolve, continue to be the greatest version of you can be, because that's what the world needs. It doesn't need to. We got enough people, hating and being angry and all that stuff. We don't need more of that.
that part.
That part.
That part.
Signed and
Who's
co-signed.
trying? Don't I know? That part.
King Amir, thank you so much for coming on. If anybody has any questions in the chat, please make sure you hit me up at LGL Real Talk. I'm on YouTube. I'm also on Instagram, guys. So hit me up or hit A-Rock up, after the show. Just DM them and just find out what the opportunity is. It literally just takes about 30 minutes for you to hear the information and figure out what direction you're in. So make sure you do that. Before we let you go, I'm going to ask where
Yes.
you at and where we can find you, because I know you have other stuff going on too. But I wanted to get your thoughts on this reparations thing, because you always have such a unique way of putting things. $5 million
Okay.
in payments. What are your thoughts?
Well, here's my thing. While I think that reparations are most certainly something that is long overdue. I think the bigger question for each and every one of us is this: are you, or do you want to be in a space where you get something one time and possibly blow it and run through it? Or do you want to put yourself in a space and in a place where it goes on for generations? Because in theory, yes, we come from spaces and places sometimes where we're not as familiar with certain things, but we're doing better now. You have information. Y'all have these wonderful cell phones and laptops and places and things that you can gather so much information. And like Phil and
That's true.
Bernadette is sharing with y'all, take advantage of it, y'all. Don't just be so gung ho to hold your hand out and allow somebody to pay you off. First of all, your blood, sweat, and tears, whether it's yours personally or through the efforts of your family, is it really worth 5 million? We've got a whole country and a ton of people who are generational wealth built off of inventions, built off of hard work, built off of the ideas and ingenuity that some of your family members have put forth into this space.
Great.
So sometimes I'm just not as big a fan of those kinds of things, because if we're gonna really do what we're supposed to do, then pay us what you owe us.
Right.
5 million is not.
And is there a dollar amount?
That part. It's
You
really
know,
priceless at this stage
So
in the
thank you
grand
so
scheme of
much, King
things.
Amir. Phil, you have anything else for A Rock?
Listen, I look for. Don't be a stranger. I've seen you around the internet streets. Don't be a stranger. Come through. You're at home here. Come
no,
talk to us. I get it. You're
I
busy. You're at
promise.
work in the morning, but either here or on IG. You know what I'm saying? We
I
love we
got you.
love we love to have people that have positive energy, good vibes, insightful, that's willing to pour into the conversation and make the conversation whole. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes, sir.
more power to you in your entrepreneurial endeavors. Get that money. Get your bag up.
Thank you.
As
Thank you,
you
Yes.
brother. I
should.
appreciate that.
Yes,
Hey,
indeed.
to both of you, have an absolutely incredible Friday. Thank you guys again for allowing me to be on your platform. I look forward to not only,
Where can we
again,
find
being
you?
on
Where can
this.
we find you? Where can
Oh,
we find
you
you?
could
Where can we find
you can find me
you?
again,
What else is
A
going
Rocks.
on in the Amir world?
Okay. Okay, the other things that I have going on, we got Motivational Monday, which I'm just going to start posting that again. It's actually on Facebook. On a You
You
can
breaking up?
look it up, and I'm sorry. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
So
You
I
breaking
actually
up?
have motivation.
Motivational Monday on Facebook with Talent the Comedian. There we go.
Yes,
6 o'clock
WEMS
every Monday on Facebook.
every Monday. WEMSradio.com. So you can find that on Facebook. I'll be putting up more posters about that. We do a joint called Race Debaters, from time to time, and then Be Love knows, every now and again we'll get on and we do our menage a trois. So you can find me in a number of spaces. And, again, since Phil has
Oh,
invited me to, come on out and be a part of things, y'all maybe see me pop up on his show. And Be Love knows I've always, popping up on her show, given the opportunity. So, again, I can't thank you guys enough for this opportunity. Blessings to you both. You guys have an absolutely fabulous rest of your Friday and have a dope weekend on
Likewise.
purpose.
Likewise. My
thank
brother. Be
you, thank you,
blessed.
thank you. Talk to you soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
So
Later,
that's
my
what
brother.
it is, y'all. This is guys. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing for you guys. Please, if you have something that you want to talk about, come on through every Friday, guys. We about making that in every and any way we can. That's legal. And at the and at the end of
That
the
part.
day, that's legal. We're not going to Mexico. There'll be no tummy tuck for. But this is what we do, guys. I thank you so much, Amir Silly. Tracy T, thank you so much. You've been just so incredible today with us.
Yeah. Thank
And
you. Thank you for
as
the
we get
badge.
ready.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, seriously, thank you. And listen, hit me up if it's an opportunity you think you want to hear out. You can get me at LGL Real Talk on Instagram. Shoot me a DM, and we'll get you squared
Oh, big
away.
Phil.
Anybody else
Oh, big Phil.
who's
Either one. Definitely.
or Big Phil speaks, absolutely.
No,
Yeah, he got a whole nother job. That's the whole thing. He got a whole nother job.
I'm like Tommy and them. It's like, no, I'm playing.
You got right. You ain't got no job, Tommy. Um, as we get ready to wrap up the show, Phil, what you got going on this weekend? Where can we find Feel the Love Friday tonight?
That part right here. Same bad channel, just a different bad time. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Feel the Love Fridays. Feel the Love Fridays. It turns up. It's a party. It's very
Yeah,
grown and very sexy. Fellas, represent. Because these ladies
very.
are off the chain. I'm trying to tell you. Some of these people you see that are very calm, cool, and collected be on a whole nother page later on Love Fridays. I'ma just keep it 100. Other than that, you can catch me
I
all
will.
over the internet streets. Big Phil Speaks on any platform, or holler at your boy. Get at me. Let me know what you would like to see in this show, and let me know what topics, what segments you would like to see in the show. Me and B Love, we want this to be the most entertaining experience, insightful experience that you have within the 2 hours that we have, and we
Yes,
want you all to be included in our thoughts of how we, conduct it. With that being
yes.
said, y'all enjoy a wonderful weekend. Be love. What you got going on? Be love.
I'm gonna be right here tonight at Feel the Love Fridays with Big Phil Speaks, up to the shenanigans, talking beef grease. I'm
No,
gonna
no.
be you know, you can find me on these social media streets, guys. Please follow me right now at LGL Real Talk on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Check your
All
girl out. And I'm gonna be getting ready to be right here with y'all Monday morning at 8 a.m. Guys, like Phil said, we working on this show, trying to make it a great experience for you. I just want to say thank you all so much for showing us love. You don't really understand how much it means to us. Have a fantastic weekend, everyone. Big Phil Speaks. Love God. Love yourselves. Stay blessed.
look. She gonna try to usurp my line. You couldn't do it. You couldn't do. Smile.
There
Because
you
you
go.
never know what it might do for somebody, including yourself. But more importantly, beef grease and all for be loved. Love on somebody. On
Today.
purpose.
On purpose.
we all we out this summer. Damn.
Bye, guys.